What's going on, guys? As always, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. I know I hit 3,000 subscribers. I think it's amazing. I'm going to make an official 3,000 subscriber video this Sunday. I really want to sit down and think about it. I'm going to give back to the community. I'm not going to do a Q&A, at least for me anyway. I just, who the hell am I to make a Q&A? I'm not a celebrity, so I just don't see it fit for me to have a Q&A. I'd rather give back to the community and do for other people what people like Strictly Sega, 3 Kilobytes, Steve Benway, and other people have done for me. If it wasn't for guys like that, I still would have probably 600 subs. So I'm gonna put a list together of people who I want to shout out. I'm gonna have probably like 10 people, maybe even more. They're gonna be they're gonna be small channels, like as small as like 50 subs, all the way up to people who may have thousands. It's gonna have nothing to do with sub count or production value. It's going to be people that I feel are an asset to the community, no matter how small or how big they are. And there's going to be some people that you wouldn't even think that I'm going to shout out, but I'm going to shout them out because they deserve to have more subs. They do. And I'm looking forward to it, because if people didn't help me, I probably would still have 200 subs. It was because people really, pushed me and helped me, is that the reason where I am. And honestly, I know a lot of people say this, but I mean it. It's not a cliche thing with me. Every single one of you have helped my channel grow. Because minus obviously the porn spam sites that pretend to be women that sub to me, which I wish I could delete them. But anyway, the real people that are subscribed to my channel, every single one of you are important. Because it takes one sub, and that sub, other people that are sub to that guy see he subbed to me, and it's a chain effect. All of you have helped, and it's fantastic, and it's amazing. I never thought that 3,000 people, give or take, would enjoy what I do. It's amazing, and I know that's nothing compared to other YouTubers, but to me, it's crazy. Never thought in a million years I'd have 3,000 plus people watching what I do. But I'll make a full video about, I'll make a full 3,000 sub special this Sunday, and it'll be very cool. I'm going to shout out some people that, and I hope it helps them. I hope it helps them, like when people shouted me out. So I'm looking forward to doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and expect that probably, actually more like definitely, this Sunday. Okay, just got home from work. This is the real reason why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to say something about 3,000 subs first. Goodbye ATI. I know this is going to probably start another nerd war with people trolling this video and calling me every name under the sun because I hate ATI, but I'm done with them, man. I've had NVIDIA cards since 2004, 2005, and never once have I had any kind of software issues with them. And because of the price and the value, in 2010 I switched over to ATI. I started off with the 5770. The card ended up being a disaster. I brought it back and upgraded to a 5830. And that card, the card I have as of now, which will change once I get my tax return, because I'm going to sell it, and the difference I'm going to pay for with my tax return to get a NVIDIA GTX 470. The 5830 was okay until I went over to Windows 7 64-bit. Now, before everyone jumps on me and says you didn't do this and you didn't do that, this card was used with 2 different motherboards. Okay, first and foremost, it worked fine with both of them when it was 32-bit. The power supply has more than enough voltage and amperage on the rails. All the drivers have been updated. The BIOS of my motherboard has been updated. All of the hardware has been stress tested and ran through multiple different kinds of diagnostic software. I'm including the CPU of the computer, the RAM of the computer, the GPU, the RAM on the video card, the hard drives, you name it. Everything has been tested. Even as of recently, I reinstalled the operating system, not because of the video card, but because I had some viruses on here, and it's just easier, instead of using virus removal tools, just to reinstall the operating system, especially since I have a secondary drive I dump everything onto. So there was nothing really important on my main drive, so just wiping it out and reinstalling the drivers really isn't that big of a deal. I'd rather do that instead of remove viruses. So everything you could think of was done, okay? And when I had a 32-bit OS, which pretty much guarantees it's a software issue, when it was 32-bit, this card was rock solid. When I move up to Windows 7 64-bit, I now have programs that I have to use in Windows 7 64-bit. Also, too, 4 gigs of RAM with all the HD video editing that I do, I have to upgrade that soon too. I may have to use a little money from my tax return for that too. Saving the rest of my damn tax return this time, though I have nothing else I need to buy with it. But yeah, I can't go back to 32-bit. And it's funny, what proves even more so that it's ATI's drivers is I've been very patient and been dealing with the lockups, is that every single update to the drivers, when you go to ATI's page and you check, the past 3 ones they've had have made the symptoms, the issues with my video card change. The newest one now, it always has something to do when I'm in either Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. When I game, I never have a problem with it, but the newest one now is when my computer when the screen goes to sleep, when I turn it back on, it actually locks up the driver for the video card. And then before that, it was when I was watching YouTube videos, like once every 6 hours, say I went out and came back home. If I went online and looked at a YouTube video or something, it would freeze up and the video would turn green and it would say the ATI driver had stopped. So I don't know. It's obviously a software thing. Like I said to you, I tested the GPU and the RAM in the car, and I tested everything else and updated all the drivers and the BIOS. And I pretty much I'm 100% positive it comes down to their drivers. ATI, you got to do something with your software, man. Your cards are only as good as the software that supports them. Drivers, if you don't have a driver for your hardware, it doesn't work. And I can't sit around and have every 2 hours with this machine. It freezes up, and sometimes it's even worse. Like when I was editing the Dead Space review, like 3 or 4 times, it froze. And I don't get it. Like I said, 32-bit was a dream. Had 2 different gigabyte motherboards. Card was rock solid. So it's pretty safe to say this is a software issue, and I can't take it anymore. I've had multiple NVIDIA cards, and this never happened. So I'm going to get I'll probably post a picture of it right here, a EVGA NVIDIA GeForce GTX 470. Maybe I'm saying that backwards because I'm not looking at the picture of it right now. And I'm hoping that I don't have to get another video card. I'm so tired of this. I don't really game that much on my computer. The 5830 is fine for what I do. That's what pisses me off too. I mean, it's not going to cost me that much. It's going to cost me like 90 or $100 with the turnaround I'll get from the 5830, because I am selling it. There's nothing physically wrong with it. It just pisses me off though. I don't need to upgrade anything. I mean, it's not going to be a huge upgrade anyway. I mean, it'll be a substantial one. Going to the 470 from the 5830, but it's not, gonna, knock my socks off. So anyway, wow, 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I could talk when I'm tired. Holy shit. Anyway, guys, I'll have a video up Sunday, shouting out some people for my 3,000 sub special. And thank you so damn much for supporting this channel and supporting me on Blistered Thumbs. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon.